Hello, my friends. It's very nice to have you. If you're a football fan, a Super Bowl fan, you're excited about the Super Bowl, and you love data visualization, so this video is for you. I want to show you the view that I've put together using Tableau, using a very simple data set on historical data for Super Bowl matches between major teams. And I want to show you how to build this very nice table where you can use colors and sizes for the shapes and do some very fancy formatting in the tooltips using Tableau, of course. How can you do everything and show all these very nice information in a clean way, in a very direct way, even though the data set is very simple, right? So I want to combine both worlds of football and data visualization with you. And in the way you'll learn, I'm sure, a lot of cool features within Tableau. So come with me. I'm going to record 2 videos for this, so it's not too long, so it's easy for you to follow. If you're not yet subscribed to our channel, please do that right now. Leave your thumbs up in your comments below. Come with me. Okay, so I have this view or this template that I've already put together. We're gonna build it from scratch, right? I'm gonna start a brand new sheet here. As you can see on the left side, this is a very simple data set, right? I think I have information here for the until Super Bowl 54. And we have like who was the winner, who was the loser, what were the winner points, loser points, where the match happened, what was the date. So very simple, very straightforward data set. But I want to help you build like that cool table we just saw. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to drag the winners into the rows section, and I'm going to drag losers into the columns, and I actually dragged winner points. I want to drag winners. Perfect, like this. Okay, so we're starting building the table. I'm going to format the header. So I'm going to right click, hit format, and I'm going to change the alignment to follow up like this. And I can, do something like this. Let me just stretch it a little bit to look at better. Okay. Now what I want to do, I want to add markers for each confrontation these teams had, right? So I have the winners here in the row section. I have the losers here. So I want to add like those little circles for each time these teams confronted themselves. So what I'm gonna do is I have a field here called SB. That would be the Super Bowl edition 1, 2 through 54. And I'm gonna drag that into detail, right? And as you can see, it automatically added the little squares. I'm gonna change this to circle. I prefer the circle. So for example, the Dallas Cowboys, they faced Buffalo Bills 2 times. That's why we see 2 circles. So that's the first thing. When we add that to detail, it's nice because we have that extra layer, and when we see 2 dots together in the same square, that means that those 2 teams, they face each other 2 times, and in this case, like the Dallas Cowboys, they won both times, right? But we have like the 49ers, they faced the Bagels 2 times, and that's why we see like 2 markers for them as well. Okay, next step is to add colors to this. For this view, I decided to use the Super Bowl edition for the colors. Because even though these teams, they face each other so many times, like when did that happen, right? I don't have like the text here or individual labels for these guys. I could add the labels, right? But that would be like just too much information. So how do I make that clear for the user? I can use colors, right? So I created a calculated field because my Super Bowl field is a string field. As you can see, it has all the Roman numerals here, and I want to extract just a number inside these brackets. So I created a calculated field like this, and I use ChatGPT to help me out. So I definitely recommend you doing that. In this example, I'm using regex extract, which is a string manipulation function. In this case, it's extracting anything within parentheses, right? And I just have like one outlier, one bad data entry where the Super Bowl 50, it's not in between parentheses. So I mapped that one manually. And that's what I'm doing here. And I'm converting it from a string field into an integer field because I want to use a color palette, right? From a lighter shade into a darker shade. So I hit OK, and I'm going to drag this field into color. And we can see that it created this color legend here from 1 to 54. These are the Super Bowl editions. but it's very hard to read like what's the difference between this one and this one, right? It's none. Like there's no way we can figure that out just by looking at this color. So I like to use color steps for this. So I'm going to edit color. I'm going to use the red color. Don't blame me because I know the Kansas City Chiefs are playing this weekend. I don't want to bias you guys, but I want to use red for this one. Okay, sue me. So I'm going to add 5 steps because we have 54 editions. So I think 5 steps will give that nice level of information we're looking for. So if I hit OK, I can see that the darker dots represent the more recent editions of Super Bowl, right? So 50, 51, 43, it's a little bit lighter. And the very light ones are the very old ones, right? Edition 1, edition 6, and so on. Let me increase the size of this thing. There we go. The next thing I want to do is the other layer I want to add to this is using different sizes to show something, right? And I was looking at the data set. So what can I show for each of these individual matches that will be relevant information? And I decided to use the points difference between the winner and the loser, right? So I call this points delta or the score delta, right? So it's basically the sum of how much the winner scored minus how much did the loser score. So I can see if it was a close match or if it wasn't close at all, right? So I created this calculated field and I want to drag this into size, right? And now we can see that some of these matches, they had like a huge delta. This one, for example, between the Broncos and the 49ers, the delta was 45 points, right? So it was a very easy win. I don't know what happened there. But this one, for example, like 1 point difference, that must have been quite the game to watch, right? But the other problem that this brings is that the little difference is very, very small. So it's very hard to see or actually compare this one with these 3 different points, right? Again, I want to apply the same logic I use for colors, where I can have different step sizes for this point difference that I'm showing here. So I created another calculated field called size. And basically I just used an if statement using that field that I just created. So if the points delta is below 10, meaning that the difference between winner points and loser points are under 10 points, then use size 1, right? If it's under 20, then you use size 2. Else, if it's bigger, use size 3, right? So I'm using 3 different step sizes for the difference in points. And I'm going to actually drag this field and replace the size with this size field I created. Okay, so it's better because now we only have 3 sizes and 5 colors. And with this information, if I understand the logic, I can easily spot what were the closer games, what were the not so closer games, and which games happened like a long time ago, which were the most recent matches, how many matches they had, like the same teams, Dallas Cowboys and the Buffalo Bills, for example. So you see how we can use like all these different resources within Tableau in this example. We can also use different data visualization tools, but using sizes and colors can translate into great information. Just be careful not to do what I did first, like using a wide range of colors, because it's very hard to spot the slightest difference between one shade and another. So using steps in this case worked very, very well, right? And same logic for the marker size. So that's what I want to show you, how to kind of build this table. I'm going to record a second video now. I'm going to publish them together just to show you how you format this whole thing, right? I want to record 2 shorter videos because I think it's easier for you to watch and to follow. So I'm going to record it and I'm going to show you how to format the whole thing and create this nice tooltip and add an image to a tooltip. So that would be the cherry on top. Okay, so if you're not yet subscribed to our channel, please do that so you can keep track and follow all the content we bring in here on YouTube. And please leave a thumbs up in your comments below if you like the content. Okay, see you in the next one.